Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. I'm hoping that some of y'all that are watching this video are here from last season of The Circle. I kind of like low-key owe The Circle everything because The Circle is one of the shows that I did when I first started my channel. It got really good reviews, reactions. Some of the contestants were in the comments talking to us throughout the recap, so let's get into it, y'all. For those of you that are brand new to my channel, however, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every episode. So, if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm moving these boxes everywhere. Please consider subscribing to the channel, thumbsing up the video if you enjoyed this particular piece of content, and then hopping into the comment section and so we can talk about this, y'all. So, housekeeping items for those of you that are new. For Netflix shows, I do episode by episode per video as if it were a normal show that was on TV, specifically for like Love is Blind, Ultimatum, and The Circle. There will be a video for each episode. So, because of that, I ask that people try to stay on topic with whatever episode is going on. That's what the commentary should be about down below. But I know some people get overzealous. Y'all get excited and y'all want to talk. So, you won't see me in the comments until I get at least all 4 of these videos up and running. Okay? So, let's talk about The Circle, y'all. All right? So, because I didn't want to go Google anything about the show, there will not be pictures up on the screen. So, if you still don't know who anybody is, I suggest, Googling it yourself, having it open so that there's no confusion. No one's in the comments asking, why didn't you post pictures? I didn't. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. This is season 4, episode 1. So let's meet the characters. So we have Frank, who is 28 years old. He is a school social worker. He is from Maryland. He said he is a very body positive person. He's going to be playing as himself because he said, why not? He's going to be using his therapy skills to connect with people. Love Frank. Frank has great energy. Here on my channel, always rooting for everybody black, okay? But Frank has really good energy. He seems very likable. He seems very down to earth, very humble. Just an overall sweet person. He seems like a ton of fun. So then we have Yuling. Yuling is 25 years old. She's a brand marketing associate from the Bay Area. She's going to be playing as herself as well. Love Yuling. She seems very eclectic, very fun. She's a little loud, but we can work on volume, okay? We can work on volume with her, but really like Yuling as well. I think she's going to be a strong player once people kind of get past her intensity. I think she's going to be a good player. So then we have John, who is 24 years old. He's a social media content creator, and he's from Jersey. He's going to play as his mom, Carol. Now, if you all were with me last season, you know I have an issue with people. I have an issue with the catfish. I think it's stupid. And it's mainly because their reasoning for why they want to be catfish never makes sense. So John thinks that because as a mom, he's going to be, she's going to come across as lovable and everyone wants to confide in mom. That never happens though. Because I want people to kind of realize the catfish mainly just because, so you're playing as Carol, right? What makes you think that everyone else isn't going to be a catfish either? Why would you it? To me, it is mind-blowing the way that they come in. I'm going to fool everyone. You're not. So we then have Alyssa, who is 27 years old. She's an assistant to a sex coach. She's from New York. She says she's going to play it herself. She's going to get on my nerves with this damn vulva pillow. I can feel it. But aside from that, she seems decent enough. We have Krista. Krista's 31 years old. She says she was one of the first women to ever be a Harlem Globetrotter. And now she does basketball social media influencing. She's going to be playing as herself. Krista gave me very good vibes. liked Krista. I think Krista is going to have a hard time throughout this game if she doesn't open up more. A lot of the conversations that she had kind of just throughout this first episode were very like kind of reactionary. You know what I mean? Someone's posting something, so oh, I should go post something too. That was kind of the vibe she was giving. I think once Krista opens up, like she's gonna be a strong player because she's a very, very likable person. She seems very, very down to earth. So then we have Josh Brubaker, who is Brew. He's 25 years old, a radio host from California. I guess we're supposed to know who he is. So he's going to play as himself, and he said his strategy is to be everyone's bestie. I don't have a problem with Brew. I was crying laughing at the fact that he could not get his bio together. You're a radio host. Just say something off the cusp. He was struggle city trying to get a bio together. So then we finally have Parker, who is 21 years old, and she's a student, 21-year-old student from Miami. She's going to play as her dad, Paul. She describes herself as like a sorority girl that just likes to party. She said her main thing is to pose with a straight face and her titties out. Okay, girl. But she's going to play as Paul. It's going to be awful. It's going to be awful. A 21-year-old girl cannot play as a 56-year-old man, whether it's your dad or not. It's not going to work. So they start, having random chat or whatever, and Parker already messes up off rip when they're asking each other, if you were to write a memoir about yourself, what would it be called? Now, Krista didn't know what a memoir was either. She said she was a jock in school. She didn't pay attention. That's no excuse, sweetheart. That is no excuse. Parker, however, is playing a 56-year-old marriage therapist. You don't know what a memoir is? See, it's always like, this is one of the things that people really have to learn in a circle. It's okay to sit back and not say anything sometimes. Now, Krista came out and was like, I don't know what a memoir is, y'all. It was a cute joke, a key for her. Everybody was like, oh, she's just a jag. It was fine. Parker Paul, you didn't have to say a damn thing. So what 56-year-old man doesn't know what a memoir is? So from the moment that he or she didn't know that, it caused and raised a lot of questions with a lot of people in the group. I think people focus way too much energy on what a catfish is. That is something that's always kind of bothered me. People focus way too much energy on what a catfish is or who is a catfish on here. Focus more so on just worrying about whether or not people like you and see you as a good ally, and that's just, not so much as a threat, but still a good player. So then they do been there, done that. One of the questions was, have you ever walked a red carpet? You either thumbs up or thumbs down. Frank gave a thumbs up, okay? And it was Frank, Krissa, and Brew that gave a thumbs up. And Alyssa was like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe he was walking by a red carpet and someone said, want to come? Don't do that. Don't do that because he's been there and you haven't. Don't do that. Alyssa, strike. I am not going to tolerate I'm not going to say it, but I'm not going to tolerate the foolishness that we saw last season with Isabel and how she was coming for some of the African Americans and the other minorities on the show. We are not going to tolerate that this season. I hope the circle got it the fuck together. Okay? So then Parker Paul said that they've never faked sick to get out of work. I'm sorry. I was with John Carroll. Everybody that is probably over the age of 22 has at some point called in sick to work as a reason to get out of work. It's happened. Everybody has done it. It doesn't make you an awful person because it's not going to make your job is not going to be like, oh, you're fired. Because remember 3 years ago when you called in where you were like, that's not going to happen. Everyone has done that. So Paul Parker was thinking, oh, well, it's going to be split. Why would it be split? She's giving dents. She's giving ditzy. Like, come on, Paul. Get it together, babe, because you about to go home. So then they get the first alert and they have to rate everybody. And there was really no indication of how the ratings would go. I figured Frank would be in first place and I figured Paul would be last on a lot of people's list just because everyone's reaction to everything Frank said was, "Oh my god, he's so cool. Oh my god." And then everybody's reaction to Paul was like, what is this chaotic energy we're getting from Paul? It wasn't making sense, right? So after the rating, Carol starts a Mama Bear group chat because John Carroll is really going to play and harp on this whole Mama Bear situation, which is kind of not really what you want. You don't want to get too deep into it, but by all means. So they're in there and they start asking about Alyssa's job being an assistant to a sex therapist. And so she's talking about vaginas and they're talking about that type of stuff and sex tips. And now, Carol, John, you have gotten yourself into a situation where you can't fully, relate to the conversation. It reminds me of, was it season one? When that guy played as his girlfriend and they were talking about periods and cramps and menstruation, and he couldn't really contribute accurately to the conversation. It was weird. So we then have Paul, who starts a Three Musketeer chat. Now, Brew been clocking Paul this entire time. Brew was not entertained. Brew was not playing. Brew said, "You are a catfish, my guy," because Paul has said that he's never walked a red carpet, but he has sent nudes, but then he's never caught in sick. Like it's a weird up and down mix, and I feel like Parker is getting herself confused with her dad. Now this might be very true for her dad, but it's coming off very disingenuous. So within the Three Musketeers chat, which is the guys chat, Paul starts asking Frank about being walking the red carpet, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but most guys aren't gonna start asking other guys about fashion. Not for real, for real. So, Parker, girl, you messed up. You were better off coming in as yourself. I hate when girls come on here, and I feel like it's typically a certain type of woman that comes on here and everything they say is, "Oh, well, because I don't want people to be intimidated because I'm so good looking." No one cares about that, girl. No one's going to say, "Oh, you're pretty. Let me vote you down." That's stupid. That's stupid. It's just, oh, I feel like Parker, go home or she's going to get on my last nerve. I can feel it. So then we get the first ratings results. Seventh was Paul Ivy. Then we have Yu Ling, who came in sixth. That was very shocking to me. I did not expect Yu Ling to be so far, so low, so soon. Fifth was Brew. Fourth was Alyssa. Third was Krissa. Second was Carol. First was Frank. Love everything about Frank's energy, the way he screamed when he was excited, because you really want to be an influencer, but you also don't want to be an influencer too soon. So I actually think that Krissa, Alyssa, and Brew are in the best position right now, being third, fourth, and fifth. So, top two influencers are going to be sending somebody home the next day. So you get to sleep with the fact of knowing that I'm in seventh, I could be going home the next morning. So Frank is getting ready for bed after a long day, and Frank had me hollering, y'all, because there was an alert in his room and the circle was telling him that he has to send somebody home. He said, "That's not tea, honey. Give me what's new tea. What's tea? Because I'm really trying to get ready for bed, and here you are with this foolishness." So Frank is going to get the opportunity to pick which profile can enter into the chat, enter into the circle. The caveat to that is that it's going to be a catfish thing. I feel like the circle's doing too much. Y'all know how I felt about that whole ghost profile from last season, but I feel like the circle is doing too much. But they said that the people that are going to be playing the person that he picks are VIPs. I didn't know who them two ladies were. Nonetheless, Frank gets to pick between Jared, who is a 28-year-old children's author, and Trey, who is a 24-year-old model. When I tell you, me and Frank both said, at the same time. Both at the same time. Frank said he's looking to get some eye candy into the circle. I completely agree. I think both profiles would be just fine. But Trey, if you only want to see the pictures, let's get Trey up in there. Let's get Trey up in there, and then we'll see what happens. So let me know, what are your first thoughts and reactions about the first 7 people that are on the show? Who do you like? Who don't you like? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you guys in a few.